Okay, so you're gonna, to get your dimension for your board, you're gonna take a piece of paper, whatever you got. I got this paper. You place it over the board, okay, and you trace your outline of what your board is, okay? And I have measured this over here on my screen, and it is 5.5 inches, slightly over. That's fine, okay? That's fine, okay? So now I'm going to put this on here, and I'm going to come over here. That's my midline here. That's my midline, okay? And I'm going to trace my thing, and this is the midline here, 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 and here. Now, if I have this dimension here, I can now take my paper, okay? Okay, I can now take my paper here, and I can make a line over here with my straight edge. Okay, there's my straight edge, and I draw a line right there. Okay, that's what I'm doing. Okay, and then I can take my scissor. Okay, take your scissor and cut your form here. Okay, I'm going to cut it on this side, and then I'm going to fold it over. There's many ways of doing this. Okay, there you go. Now, I'm going to fold it on this line here. Okay, and I'm going to draw the outline that I just made here. Okay, okay, and I'm going to draw the outline that I just made here. Okay, there you go. Now I can cut this out over here, and I have the exact same sides. We want things to be symmetrical when you do things. When you create stuff, it's got to be symmetrical, especially for a surfboard. Right, there you go. Now I got my shape, okay? Now, I made one before using a, just drawing it out, and this is almost the same. I did a pretty good job. How about that? Okay, so there's many ways of doing this, and then you're going to take this and you're going to bring it over to your slab, and you're going to place it down and do what you got to do with it and cut your stuff out. So here I'm cutting this out here. Okay, and you're going to need to, when you make your surfboard, okay, you're going to have it on a piece of wood or something, or a piece of corrugated cardboard, something that's not going to. So here I have my slab here, okay, and you're going to carve this now, all right? Okay, so I need a flat piece of something to put this on, because this has to be flat when I'm carving it, okay? It's going to slowly harden up as we do it, but if I just put this piece on here, it's going to cause it to warp. See that? That's warped. That's warped. We can't have a warped piece. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to put it inside a plastic bag, okay? Now, moisture will not get in here. Then I can take a piece of paper and I can put this on here, and I can have my surfboard on here. Okay, so when you're doing this assignment, okay, make sure that you follow the directions on doing this. Right? Please follow the directions. Now, your board has a shape. You need to look at the shape that was given to you in the diagram. It's not flat, okay? So the board curves around, okay? It has a curve, right? And so you have to, and everything needs to be uniform. when you do it, and it gets thinner towards the back, right? It's thicker up here and it's thinner here. So you're gonna have to be carving your shape, okay? You're gonna make this little Mini Simmons board here, okay? And on the bottom, okay, it curves as well, okay? And it's not, and you have to take your time on this. Okay, there's always a curve, there's a transition, and it's got to look good, right? I'm just getting started here. There's a lot more to this. Okay, this needs to have material removed from here. All right, so you need to refine your form, right? And whittle it down. Now this is very thick. It's a 1/2 inch thick. Okay, take your thing on here, and you want to keep refining your form as you do this. Okay, because it's, as you see, the clay has plasticity, and it is deforming. Okay, we don't want to have that. We want to know what we're doing. So you got to keep going back as you're carving. Your clay's going to want to deform on you. Okay, and you want to get your shape properly done. Okay. Oh, made a mistake there. Oh. Okay. And that's how you work on your board. Eventually, you will get it to the shape that you want it to be in, right? And as you're working on it, you can take pieces of clay, because you're going to have a rocker here, right? You can take your clay and you can put your material like this. And I'm just doing this here because it gets bigger, okay? And you can remove these pieces of clay later, right? You can remove them, okay? I'm putting a little piece of clay here, and I put a little piece of clay here, and you can put a piece of paper on top of that, okay, so that it doesn't stick, okay? You don't want things sticking when you're working on your board, okay? I'm showing you some very interesting techniques here so that your board will not stick, or your stuff, you won't have sticking bad. Okay, there you go. Okay, so now when I want to work on the top, because I have a curve in here, it's slightly curved, right? That's my rocker. Okay, then I need to be able to keep its shape, right? And this looks like it may be a little too big. Okay, it needs to come down here. Okay, it's up way high, too much. Put that over there. There you go. Okay, that looks a little better there. Okay, so you want to keep your shape good. Okay, as you're working on this. Okay, and that's the beginning. So what I'm doing is I'm carving my Mini Simmons here. I need to carve this down. This deck needs to get lowered here. Okay, so I'm doing that, and I'm looking at the picture as I do it. Take my clay, put it there. Your deck needs, everything needs to, there's a slope to everything. That's why you're using 1/2 inch material, so you can thin it out. Now this is a nice hardness here to be working with. Right. Got my deck here. Okay, so this is the underneath portion here. Okay, and this is what we call our rocker. portion. Okay, this is gonna have to come up a slight bit here. You see that? A slight bit. Okay, it's gonna come like that. And you have this. Okay, now, if I'm gonna do that, I need to have something that it sits on. So I'm gonna put that over there so it doesn't go anywhere. All right? Now, underneath here, you are supposed to put a concave. A concave is a shape out a little bit using the end of your loop tool. Okay, you're putting a concave section into here. Okay, carving this out. Okay, so using my logo here that I provided for you, you want to have this at 200%. And so now I'm going to take my pencil and I'm going to put this on here and I'm going to get my logo for soap as best I can. Okay, and I will refine it later. Once I take it off of here, I will make my letters look better. But I want to know exactly where stuff goes when I do my logo. Okay, and you're going to carve this into your thing. Okay, soap. Alright, that's what I'm doing here. Okay, so I've got that done. Okay, and now I'm going to use this and transfer this onto my my surfboard. Okay, so here we have our soap. Now I'm going to fix all this so it looks good. Using my eraser, I'm going to erase a little bit. Okay, and I'm going to fix my lettering. I'm going to cut this out with my scissors so that I want to put it like this. Put it on the front like that. Okay, why not have it on the front like that? Soap, right? So that's one way of orienting it. Okay, take your pencil and you're going to draw the outline of the letters over your paper. Doing here from the side. Okay. I come around. Look at that. I think that looks good. I think that looks good, and I'm not going to touch it. I'm not going to touch it here. Okay, so now let's put our fins on. Okay, we're going to put our fins on now. Right. Okay, so this is what a Mini Simmons fin looks like. Okay, if you look at the picture, comes up around like this, and I'm trying to make everything to scale, right? So I'm going to cut two of these out, right? So you have your clay. The fins need to be kind of thin, right? So get your clay to the point where it's the right thickness. It can't be too thick. right? Flattening it out on both sides. I want to get 2 fins out of this, right? 2 fins. Right? 2 nice fins out of this. Pull this off of here because I don't want it sticking. Take my fin. This is 1 fin over here. I'm just going to use my tool. Okay. And I'm going to draw out the outline, and then I will cut it out. Okay, that's 1 fin. And here's another fin here. Put this one over here. I get 2 fins out of the same piece of clay. Okay, I'm drawing it. There we go. I have the outline of it on the clay. Now, I take my tool and I'm going to cut it out. It's 1 fin, 2 fins, okay, cut that out properly. Okay, got 2 fins here. All right. Okay, looking at the picture, I see that this should be about right about here. This is where your fins come across here. They kind of cant in a little bit. Fins are going to come like this. That's the end, the end. You're going to score this. You're going to look at your distance here on your fin. Come to there. Come to there. They're both the same. You're going to score this, score and slip, and you're going to score and slip your fins on. Okay. You're supposed to have a little bit of rocker here on your thing, so I'm going to bend this up a little bit. It's my rocker. And I'm cleaning up my fin a little bit here. I want a little rocker on here on the bottom, a little rocker. Because that's how a surfboard looks. You see that? See that? It's got to have a little rocker on there. Okay, and I'm going to just put this, I'm going to put this piece of clay here so that this thing can sit and it can harden up a little bit. And then I'm looking at my fins. My fin needs to come up straighter. Okay. Okay, so you see you have your, this needs to be cleaned up. Everything, of course, needs to be cleaned up and straightened and looking really good. Okay, things are supposed to be flat on here. Okay, so work on that. You take your tool and you slowly scrape away and remove material. Okay, now these fins are sharp. They're not supposed to be fat like that. Okay, so that's what a fin looks like. So you're going to have to shave away on your fin edge to make it sharp. Okay, so I've got this second one profile's pretty good on that. Okay, and so I'm going to clean it up, clean up my fin here. I'm cleaning my fin. There you go. It says soap. All right, that looks good. All right.